Greetings and salutations, and this is something quite different, I must say. This is obviously Final Fantasy 1 on the NES. Now, yes, it is on an emulator, but I wanted to show you that I have, in my possession, I could not find the cartridge as of yet, it's buried around here somewhere. I have all of the old, well-loved Final Fantasy, accoutrement, so to speak. This is the bestiary, which is well loved and has been taped back together quite a few times. And the map is on the back, of course. And of course, I don't have the box anymore. Not a lot of people save the boxes. And of course, the dungeon maps, which are going to be hard to see because the thing likes to. There we go. You can see part of it there. And then, of course, on the back is the magic and everything. But I have all of the stuff back from the old 1980s. I've got it here. I do own the game. And I know that a lot of people have a problem with emulation. And I wanted to keep it as clear as possible here. I own the NES cartridge. I own the GBA aftermarket. I have, like, not the aftermarket, but the remake, right? The GBA remake. I had no way to hook it up to my PC for the GBA, for the Game Boy Advance, but I also have no NES in which to play the cartridge. So, emulation's the only way to go. And I was kind of making this point when I was saying this the other day. But I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 1. But it's not just going to be your standard playthrough. I had a thought the other day when I was talking about emulation, and then as soon as I was done recording, I went downstairs, and I'm like, I was playing Final Fantasy 1 down there on this emulator, and I'm like, what if I was to do an Ironman Final Fantasy 1 run? Which is, my party members, when they die, are dead, and I have not configured my controller. So I got to thinking about that. Oh, there it is. So this is what this is going to be. This is going to be an Ironman run. When the party member dies, I do not resurrect them. They are dead. And I have to try to get all the way through the game, or as far as I can. Now, leave a suggestion for the next party that I should make. If you want this series to continue, leave a suggestion for the next party I should make, the formation of it. I'm going to go with what I prefer as my preferred party, and I'm going to try to get as far as I can. So, I'm allowed to use all sorts of potions, magic, everything, but I'm just not allowed to resurrect any of my members. If they die, they're dead. Period. And I'm going to go with Black Belt, and I'm going to name him... what am I going to name him? Oh, what was his name? Bruce Lee. So I'm going to name him Lee. And then I'm going to make another Black Belt, because I really like the Black Belts. And I'm going to name him Jean, for Jean-Claude Van Damme. No, not Jeb. That would be... okay. Never mind. I'm gonna have to reset. Because it's already chalked. Where is it here? Reset. So I do want to do Lee and Jean. I thought B was to delete, but apparently it wasn't. So that became a problem. And then I'm going to do Jean. If I don't misspell it this time and accidentally hit B. Because apparently B is Turbo Fire, and that's bad. Actually, I should probably go back down to N. Jean. And then we're going to go with a Red Mage named Fred the Red Mage. Might as well go with it, because it rhymes. And I'm going to go with a Black Mage, and every single Black Mage I make is named Chip. Always has been, ever since the 1980s. Now, I think the toughest part about this is going to be surviving the first couple of levels, to be honest with you. Make a rapier for Fred. And I'm going to buy a wooden staff for the old chipster. And I'm going to leave. I don't want anything else. Okay, so X is actually to back out. Now, when it comes to armor, I'm gonna buy chain for old Fredster. I'm gonna buy cloth for Chip. And the other two get nothing. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute, Quiz. What are you doing? You're gonna do an Ironman, and you're not getting your black belts anything to work with. Correct. Reason why. Black belts have the best growth potential when you don't get them anything. Like, if you get them legitimately squat, yes, they take a lot of damage straight away, but they get the best growth potential in terms of evasion and defense that exists. So, I'm gonna buy some potions if I can. No, I'm not. They're too expensive. We're gonna wait. And so the story begins of having to go and grind. Now, I'm not gonna try to grind on just the imps outside. I'm gonna try to kill the wolves, etc. We'll see. And it's got that old Nintendo glitchiness to it. God. This takes me back. Oh, imps anyway. Okay. I don't know if I want to... Nah, I'll just fight them. I forgot to equip the weapons. This is bad. This is very bad. I'm off to a thrilling start, am I not? Okay, so we might have to use the old magic. Yeah, see, they're gonna get hit. Depending. Like, they've got like 52% evasion this early. Which, if you think about it, if you're not getting hit over... If you're evading over 50% of the time, you're doing a good job. And we'll do that, and then we'll just nuke this one. And I mean, I should probably put up a flashing lights warning for those that are photosensitive. I will probably put that up as a disclaimer. Because this game does have, obviously, flashing lights. And it never really caused an issue back in the day, but it's one of those things you don't want it to be an issue now, right? It'll go a lot better when I actually have equipment on. I can't believe I forgot to equip it. I didn't forget to equip it last night. Alright, so we're gonna hit the old start button here, and then we're gonna go here and get the old stuff going there. We're gonna get the old magic. We're gonna give it to Jean and Lee. There we go. Now, if I run into wolves, it might be a bit tough. But as I say, if I run into mad ponies, I'm pretty much dead on the spot. They used to, they called them mad ponies back in the day, but then you terminated that with a wooden staff. They used to call them mad ponies. But then they called them Nightmare after that. They're the horse-looking things, and they're not good. Because they get multiple hits at a low level. They can do like 2 hits for 60 plus damage, and then you're just dropped. So, it's very bad. Of course, the other problem is having your party, the leveling it takes is kind of ridiculous. So, like, if you look at our status here, it's going to take another 29 EXP for the next level. And if you're getting 7 per, it's not all that fast. So, you can see where it was kind of a tough. At level 2, I will probably attempt Garland. Maybe. Maybe 2 in a piece. Depending. Because Garland can kind of hit pretty hard, and I fear that I may lose a member of the party. Then again, I mean, if I bring along... I should probably bring along a tent. That way I can fight up all the way up there, and then put up a tent. Uh-huh. The other reason I wanted to do this version of it, rather than the NES version, or rather than the GBA version, is the fact that in this version, you only get so many uses of magic. So, you only get 2 uses of magic in the first tier. Which means once they're gone, and you have to go rest. They didn't switch to a mana point system until, I think, Final Fantasy II? When they switched to a mana point system? But they didn't have it for here, so you're kind of left in the lurch if you don't have any spells. So it's kind of like you have to weigh it, do you use your spells to kill things that are tough, or do you risk it and kind of lean on your more melee? It's an interesting little kind of dichotomy that you have to deal with there, because you're having that internal debate, like, well, what do I do? How do I run it? Or do I want to make, do I want my party to survive, etc.? Because you can't put up a tent in the middle of a dungeon. Which makes sense, if you really think about it. You can't just be like, ah, yes, let me just throw my tent down right here in the middle of the dungeon. I think there was one dungeon in this game that had a designated rest area. I think it was just one. There was also ones that had guaranteed fights, too, come to think of it. Which was very bad. The guaranteed fights were, I think one of them was called the Evil Eye. I think. I'll have to check. Because that's the one that it's like this floating eye, and it has a few instant kill maneuvers. As a matter of fact, it's on the right over here on this bestiary. Let me pull it up here real quick. And it's called Eye. Right there. And he knows he has 3,225 health, I believe. And he hits for like 100, he hits for 30 to 60 damage, and he knows he knows Stone Rub and XXX, which is just pretty much they're all instant kills. And he's immune to Quake. So, you can't Earthquake him. Which is an instant, I believe that's an instant kill. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of instant kill spells. And a lot of things are immune to them. Hey, that's bad. I might lose my first party member. $14. That's not good. I might lose more than my first party member. Not... Okay, good. Oh, kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Nope. Nope. I am riding the razor's edge on this. Kill him. Oh. Oh. That was very close. I might switch it up and put the old Frederator in the front. Matter of fact, let me do that. There. Reason being is with him in front, he has chain armor. Yeah, his evasion's not as high, but he can take more hits. He's a little bit sturdier. And I'm gonna go rest again because I wasted all my fire spells. That's why I said I don't like mad ponies. They're not good. And they can come in you can get them in packs of 4. 4! That's a little excessive, especially at lower levels. How much do I have to get to the next level? 155. Okay. So if I kill Garland, that'll make me 3. And there's just something about the old game that just, I don't know, it brings back old Halcyon memories, you know? Back when I was a kid, you'd come home, you'd snap it on, you'd continue your adventure. I don't know, there's just something about it. It was always a good time. My mother, when she first got this game for us, she was watching us play it. She watched us go and fight the imps and everything, and she sat there and she was watching the whole thing unfold. And then when she saw us beat Garland and go to the bridge, now, obviously, spoiler alert, right? When she watched us go to the bridge, she saw the bridge scene pop up, she saw the starting credits, and she's like, wait, you beat that game already? Because she thought it was the ending credits. And we were like, no. And she goes, those are the credits, you beat the game already. Great, I wasted, back in the day, it was like $60. And she was upset. And then the game continued, she goes, oh wait, they did starting credits? Why would they do that? Now, starting credits were never really a thing in games. They were a thing at the end of the games. You got to see the credits, and, you know, so starting credits just didn't really make sense. But it, sure enough, was starting credits. That's why it was in movies, there were starting credits, right? You'd start up a movie, and you'd have the beginning credits of, you know, the stars that are in it, the production company that made it, the director, so on and so forth. So having that in a game was very uncommon. So that, of course, that was going to throw anybody that wasn't paying any attention to it. It's one of my favorite themes, by the way, right here. I had to get magic here, because we're going to go in and fight the old Garland. I love this song. And if you go to, like, OC Remix, which is still a thing, you can get a song that is a remake of that that's really well done. And it even has, you can probably find it on YouTube, but it even has the fight theme in it, right in the middle of the temple theme. You hear the, you know, the lightning strike thing, and then you hear this start up, and then you hear the victory sound when you beat somebody, and it goes back to playing the temple theme where it picked up where it left off. Absolutely, it's pure cinema when they did that. 100% cinema, and I just sat right there and I'm like, loved it. One of the best songs on OC Remix. No fooling. I should save that. As he's getting near death. I already hit him with 2 of them. Ow. Beat you with a shillelagh. Yeah, putting Fred in front is kind of a good move. I probably should have done that on the previous run when I played on the emulator downstairs. She teleports me out. Give me the loot! It's epic loot. Matter of fact, it blows. No, that's the other type of loot. Actually, no, because that's a stringed instrument. I just went down a complete list of, like, instrument puns. Yeah, we're gonna go rest. The problem is getting to the pirate area is gonna be a nuisance. I'm gonna buy a tent. I'm also gonna buy a couple more spells. Fire and lightning for the... Wait. Can I buy anything else? I know he can't learn Harm. Fog and Roost. I don't know if he can learn those. I'd have to check the magic tablet down there. Not tablet, listen to me. The paper. But I think I'm gonna get him Fire and Lightning. Just for reasons. In case I need a little extra firepower that's guaranteed to hit. Effectively. And I'm gonna grab a tent. And that's gonna be it. Here's to hoping I make it. And the earlier I had one that was awful. And this is what she was talking about right here. Oh man, I was gonna take a green shot of that and make that my title card. I should have. Rip. No worries, I got this. Yeah. As in, like, I'll make this a save state. No, wait, I'd have to play through it. Huh. Interesting. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out. Even if I have to start up a whole nother save file and do it all over again. Or if my entire team gets wiped out, because that's entirely possible. Let's see. He's pretty hurt. We can wait on the others, though. No ogres. No ogres. Okay, good. Earlier, I got ogred. Like, 2 ogres right as soon as I crossed the bridge. It was awful. Like, we're talking like a forced tooth extraction awful. Like, it was terrible. Absolutely dreadful. Hit. Terminated. Eventually, the black belts come into their own. It's like level 5, and then you just don't hit them much anymore, and then they just start dumping on things. It's kind of funny. They're really weak in the beginning, but then they just start going completely nuts. I've been having a lot of swollen lymph nodes. Apparently I might be coming down with something. But that massage that you just saw me do does help clear out the whole lymph nodes and sinuses. It's worth it. It's actually taught to me by a chiropractor. So only 15. Ow. That was painful. Very painful. Don't do that again. That's not what we like to see. And he is dead. Well, Jean's down. Looks like I'm going at it with 3 people. Ow. Critical hit. He's still not dead. He's still not dead. He's still not dead. How much does this thing have as a life total? 20 damage on Fred. That's not good. Let's see here. I might have to open this up to find it. Give me 2 seconds. Before I even start up that last attack. Monsters hit points. 3rd one down. Iguana. It's Alphabetical, come on. $92. I feel like I've been hitting it for more than 92 damage. Not when you miss. Hit it. Way to be elusive there, Chip. Way to think on your feet. Fred? Putting down the tent. Immediately. Yeah. Why not? He had one cure left in him after the tent. Man, talk about intense. I know, I shouldn't have made it. Ah, we're running. That many wolves and a gray wolf? Goodbye. Alright. Now, I don't know. I have the armory thing down there. I'm gonna have to read it. Give me 2 seconds. I don't even have the money for it, so it doesn't matter. I want to see if the red mage can use a scimitar. Scimitar. Yes, he can. Who'd have thought that these resources would be helpful? I thought he could use a wooden shield earlier. Turns out, no, he can't. And it went very poorly. Yar. Fred's dead, honey. Not really. Jean's dead. Okay, pirates, you've had your fun. Now just go and keel over dead peacefully, please. Thank you. Well, he needs to just heal, because there's, you know, you don't want to leave... Yeah, that'd be bad. There we go. There's 5 of them. That's not as bad. Okay, now there's gonna be 4 of them. At least I get the ship from here, and then I can sail back home. And kind of turbo level at that point. Yeah, putting Fred in the front was a smart idea. Have him take the hits on the old chainmail. There we go. We're getting there. I mean, yeah, with us, Jean, but... Eventually... I don't know how far I'm going to be able to make it in this game, to be honest with you. Because now that he's dead... Ah, yes, nothing there. Obviously nothing there. Because, you know, I wasn't attacking. I was not looking at the pirate. I was... Don't. They like to run right in your path, too. I'm gonna buy the scimitar and sell the rapiers so that he can have... at least some better attack. Because it's... Scimitar. Give the old Fredward. Goodbye, rapier. Alright. That was genius. There we go. Lee still has nothing. He's just using his fists. He's gonna bare-knuckle brawl everybody. Actually, I should... Where's the... Nope, that's the white... That's the white magic. I need... the... I can get a pair of gloves for the old chipster. And for the red mage, come to think of it. I'll do that, and then I'll grab some tinctures at the item shop. Maybe another tent. We'll play it by ear. Gloves. Chip. I wonder something. Ooh, Jean's not completely useless. I can stack stuff on his dead body. That sounds bad, but think about it. That's 4 extra inventory slots. Now you're playing with power. Yep. I kind of want to make these like 45-minute episodes, which, yeah, I made it pretty far in the half hour. I mean, defeated Garland, got the ship. And I'm going to have to save the game. I might be able to find the opening credits as an image and then modify it. That's what I'll try to do. Please not a lot of... Ow. That's why I hate sharks. They're no good. They're good experience, don't get me wrong. They're great experience. Like 66 experience for 1 shark. $89 experience. Stand corrected, because I only have 3 people alive. It's 66 when you have only when you have all 4 of them alive. I stood corrected. So now that I have the ship, I can go down and... I'm not gonna grind. Yeah, I know, I just rested at the other place, but that's fine. Of course you did that. Always. Never fails on an NES game. The sprites will always walk in your way and always block you. So I'm going to do some grinding out here on the open ocean. Wait. 164 EXP is not bad. Not when you get sharks. Not that I like sharks, but when you get sharks, it's pretty lit. Yeah, it was a terribly timed joke, I know, but... That was terrible humor. Fred? Apparently shark's teeth can go through chainmail at a decent clip. Because Fred here is just like, yeah, just latch right on there, buddy. Now, normally I wouldn't have tried to do a Final Fantasy Ironman edition, but something stuck out to me. It was like, yeah, the idea that you can do that, incredible. Well, of course it's ineffective. He's already paralyzed. No, you're to fight the Sea Hag. Or as they call him, a Sahag. Oh, of course he's paralyzed. Well, not anymore. But poor Lee is just paralyzed multiple times. So we're not going to worry about Lee. He's just going to kind of sit there and chill. He's going to be a permanent fixture that we look forward to. Oh, you're going to be a dead fixture if you don't mend his ways. Oh, I've had a party wipeout right before town, by the way. Like, two blocks away from pulling into port. Had, like, triple shark action. Bad idea. Very bad. Did not survive. That was ages ago. I had, like, 2 party members left, and I'm like, oh, man, I can make it. It was, like, right there. And I was coming back that way. Triple shark. Dead. Just died. They made mincemeat out of me. Good times. More sharks, man. I don't have a problem with it. Sharks are good experience. So long as they don't take a big bite out of Fred, I'm good with it. And so long as lightning hits for optimal damage like that, I'm good with it. Fred, you know, you could maybe kind of hit the shark. Just like, look at Lee. Lee hit the shark. Fred, Chip obviously hit the shark because it was lightning, but, you know, Fred, you gotta hit the shark, buddy. You just gotta hit that shark, brother. Now we're gonna put Lee back up front. You'll see why in a second. So if you look at the stats, 55% evade, 4% absorption, right? Now you take a look at the stats over here on Fred. 16% of absorption, 44% evade. Fred kind of, yeah, he absorbs more, but he's not gonna, he's gonna get hit more too. The black belts, on the other hand, are just like, nah, we're done with that. That's a lot of sea hags. And I'm almost out of lightning. That's a whole lot of sea hags. It's time to kill sea hags and cast lightning. I'm all out of lightning. Well, I'm not all out of lightning. Fred's got some. See? Goes to hit him and he's just like, nope. Nope. He gonna be the Bruce Lee of this game. He gonna save everybody. It's gonna get to that point where he is just soloing things. And what clued me into it, now, strange as it is, I saw somebody doing a speed run, a tool-assisted speed run of this game. And he was doing what was called luck manipulation to make sure his attacks crit, the opponents didn't hit, and so on and so forth. Which you can do. There's ways you can kind of tinker with the luck and manipulate it. And as he was doing this, I thought to myself, okay, why did he go with a black belt? I always question that. And then I noticed he got his black belt to, I don't know, 15. He only had one party member. And he went into the fire temple, and I'm like, he's gonna die. He's right there at the fire boss, and I'm like, he's just gonna bite it, right? No. His guy walks up to her name's Carrie in here. Matter of fact, her name is, I believe, Carrie. It's just K-A-R-Y. And yeah, Carrie, K-A-R-Y. She has 600 HP. And I legitimately watched him just go, fight, carry, and that was it. And he walked, and he just, like that, did like 685 damage. Right to her dome in one hit. I watched him one-shot one of the bosses, and I was like, wait a minute. As you can see, he has not been hit in a while. He's still at 95 HP. He's taking less damage than other people. He's become the new tank. Wait a minute. You know what the Fred reminds me of? Not just because it's Fred the Red Mage, but... Wait a minute. We might need to club up here on this. Remember The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? Fred Burger. I don't know why, but that just popped into my head. Fred Burger. Well, the Sea Hag hit him. The Sea Hag's now dead, of course. Dude hits for 16 damage. He hits almost as hard as the scimitar-wielding Fred. And he's doing that with his bare knuckles. And he didn't even get hit. He's just like, you know what? Sharks. Punch them. Anything. Yep, Fred just got bit for 28. That's gonna be a big chunk of EXP right there. Yep. 188. Couple of double shark action there. What are we looking at for 255, huh? Can I sneak in? Oh, please let me sneak in here. Oh, nope. That's bad. Bad, 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 bad. Very bad. Run. 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 You do not want to mess with ogres. Not without magic. And with that many ogres, no. That is a bad mix. I got lucky. I got lucky. I'll just say that. We'll leave it at that. I'm very lucky. Sweet. I'll take a shark. Is that the left shark? Only if there was another one. Then it would be the left shark. I find your lack of accuracy disturbing. Except for Lee. Lee's nailing it. Lee's just like, no, I don't miss. And why is it that Chip... I mean, maybe somebody out there that's a Final Fantasy guru can answer this. Why is it that when the Black Mage goes to hit things with a staff or a knife, they land the attack more often than not? Anyone figured that one out yet? I haven't. And if you're wondering why I talk more during these, well, it's quite simple. One time, I did I need that temper spell too. One time I did a playthrough of Dragon Warrior. And, as I was doing a playthrough of Dragon Warrior, I basically put up there Dragon D's quests, right? Because it's called Dragon Quest. And I thought, okay, that'd be clever. Well, during one of the moments in the game, I got hit with a copyright strike on the background music because I was humming along with it. Yeah. Yeah. Because apparently it went too long. It was, I guess they didn't like the fact that it was more than 30 seconds of me humming with the music. And so they hit me with a copyright strike on it unless I removed it, which I did. I removed the background music. I let the YouTube thing automatically deal with that. And ever since that point, I've realized that Square Enix is a bunch of humorless dicks. That they just don't like it when people play their games. I don't know why not. It gives them notoriety. Not that they need it. But it's kind of like, hey, we're playing your game. Shouldn't you just take pride in the fact that you made this? No. Almost another level. I'll get him to level 5 and then I'll call it a good start, even though we've already lost one party member. Well, this is gonna be good. That one's dead. Wow, critical hit. Why'd you get hit, Lee? Like, I don't get it. You're sitting there not getting hit, and then all of a sudden you're just like, you know what, club me, I don't care. I just don't understand. Like, I get it. Sometimes the percentage... Yeah. Sometimes the percentage just ain't there, but... To get hit that hard? Questionable. supposed to be the burly man. The black belt, all muscled and being able to, like, open tin cans with his teeth. You know what I mean? Not that they'd have tin cans, if you think about it. It's fantasy. Fantasy. And if you think about it, a lot of the hero isekai anime kind of things follow this same, like, high fantasy thing. Let's just say random battle, anyone? Oh boy. Okay. Gotta get rid of the eyes first. As if they're left up, they can paralyze the entire crew, and then it's just easy pickings. And they just sit there and hammer on you. Yep, see, Fred's paralyzed. There we go. Well, now that Fred's not paralyzed, they can actually start taking care of business here. Oh, not... okay. Now he's not paralyzed. I meant, now that the eyes are gone, I can actually take care of business here. You gonna actually hit people this time, or are you just gonna kind of act the part? And yes, in the title I will put in photosensitivity warning, because I want people to be very aware of that. Because there is flashing lights, and that can be a problem for viewers. So, I will put that in there. And I will call it Ironman Final Fantasy. Alright, level 5. Agility, intellect, vitality. And Chip got shorted. They gave him, like, just vitality and int, I think. They didn't get anything else. And it's like, okay. Alright. So now they're level 5s. And as you can see here, his absorb is up to 5, his damage is up to 10. He's literally going to be a brick comparatively to him. His damage is 16. As you can see, his absorb is 16. But the evade is what's there. His evade didn't go up a point because he didn't get much agility. But we're going to work on it. However, that's going to be this round of this game. I'm going to save the state in save state 1. And like I said, I have all the stuff. I just have no way to actually hook the NES up to my thing because I don't have an NES. So I use emulators for the games that I own. And the ones that I use emulators for, the games I own, are the ones that are not on Virtual Console. Other than that, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video. I'm going to continue to make this a series of Ironman Final Fantasy. I think it's an interesting spin. It's kind of like Nuzlocke Pokemon, but with old RPGs. And I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.